Thank you so much, guys. I am thrilled to say that it's time for the second game. It will be on...
It's going to be on a really cool map.
It's going to be on Ohana.
We're not kidding.
It's Protoss versus Zerg, and there's a strategy that Protosses are known to do on Ohana. Tell us a little bit about it, Rotterdam.
The proxy gate cannon rush? With a lot of soul?
When you're not on the North American server, what's the build?
You're talking about the Immortal Sentry all-in.
You got it, Rotterdam.
I've been here too long, man.
And few things would make me giggle harder than in this epic show match to showcase the new units if WhiteRa's like, I'm going to win. Yeah. It just goes all in. Let's go ahead and hop into the match. And see what's going to be going down on this map in the top left corner. Having almost no experience in Heart of the Swarm and still giving us a spectacular demonstration of some new Zerg trickery. What does he have up his sleeve now? It is WhiteRa. And in the bottom right, currently up 1-0.
What's wrong with you, Sean?
What are you talking about? Were you not in game one? Are you not happy? Are you not entertained?
I am happy. I'm happy and entertained.
In the bottom right from the Ukraine, the dragon himself. It is WhiteRa.
All right, guys, so we see WhiteRa, of course, sending out this first probe, checking out if Red is going for hatchery first or not. And we talk a little bit more about that first game, despite a couple of cool stuff. And what I also would really like to highlight is the fact that WhiteRa basically dealt with a lot of locusts, swarm host, without ever making a robotics facility. Whenever I used to play Heart of the Swarm, and as Frodo mentioned as well, I played a lot of games a little while ago. Whenever I saw Swarm Host, I was always like, okay, I'm going to need Colossus. You know, the moment I'm going to have Colossus out, I'm going to be pretty okay. But without Colossus, I always feel that, okay, hey, I'm in so much trouble right now. Blizzard has really been like trying to work on the fact that we don't always have to go Robo, giving us a lot, us as Protoss players, a lot of abilities to detect cloaked units and stuff. Yeah. And that's exactly what we saw in the last game. WhiteRa defeating Swarm Host, which I always felt like you were going to need Colossus to deal with those units, without ever going for the robotics facility.
Yeah, and I mean, what's also really sweet is the fact that just something as simple as one mothership core instantly makes taking a hyper-fast third very, very easy. So, I mean, it's kind of funny how little tiny tweaks are opening up huge ranges. Also, from the Zerg point of view, I'm pumped to see Hydralisk make a debut with that speed upgrade. Suddenly, it's the sort of unit that you can do a lot of expanding, have a lot of different angles covered.
I was a little bit curious about that in the last game. I would have loved to see some Hydras, because if you think about it, as we mentioned so many times, the Hydra is really going to make a comeback in Heart of the Swarm. It's going to be so much more, so much better. And at the end of the day, like the Colossus is still the ultimate answer. Yes, Storm can be pretty good, but against the units that WhiteRa had in the previous game, Hydras would have been pretty amazing. The only thing I can say why Red probably didn't make it is because he lost his third base relatively early on, and then that Ninja Oracle flew in and killed like 25 drones.
God, so I want to see another Oracle so badly. I mean, this is my first chance to really see them in action from the front row seat. I mean, I've occasionally seen it do a little damage on some streams, but in one of these matches where, you know, again, it is a show match, but it's a nice opportunity to get a little bit of the competitiveness in there. To see WhiteRa doing that when it's not just a purely for fun situation is really thrilling.
Yeah, it is a show match, but there's still $1,500 on the line as well, so it's not like these guys are playing for nothing. So I would go Immortal Sentry on it.
Oh gosh, I really hope we get to see some more of that mid-layer tech from WhiteRa. I mean, from the Zerg point of view, there's a lot that's been changed in the early layer tech. Before it was just late layer tech, like getting the swarm hosts with their locust takes a long time to get after you've gotten the layer, or getting the Vipers or the Ultras. That's all Hive tech, or Hydralisk speed was Hive tech, but now Hydras are layer tech. Mutalisks are incredibly fast. And actually, wouldn't be surprised to see Red go for Mutalisk. Actually, now that I brought it up, I remember all the games in the past where Red has enjoyed going Mutalisk on this very map.
Yes, definitely a couple of times. Sorry, I was a little bit zoned out right there, Sean. I'm just thinking about other options that we could see. I would love to see Red just bust out Roach, Hydra, Viper, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, it's one of those, like,
It's one of the things that in my mind is going to be very strong on Harvest Farm. Of course, still going to have to figure out how it's actually going to play out, but I think Roach, Hydra, or Viper is pretty legit. And when I played a lot of Harvest Farm 4 to 6 weeks ago, there were quite some Zergs using it, and if they get the right engagement and they have the sick macro that they can actually reinforce with a lot of Roaches after the big fight, where they pretty much always kill your Colossus.
Oh yeah.
I think it's a very viable playstyle.
Yeah, I mean, as we see this little engagement going on, it's clear that it's going to be just propelled to a sort of mid and late game, so we have a little bit of extra time. I mean, one of the big issues that Zergs struggle as they go to the late game is the fact that there's really two tech halves at layer and at hive. There's the early and the late. So at the hive, the early hive tech would be things like adrenal gland. Ooh, yeah.
You want to see oracles? We're probably going to see lots of them.
WhiteRa says, well, if it's a show match, what's the point if you're not showy?
This is going to be quite tough for Red to scout as well. You already sacrificed one overlay. If you take a look at the time that these targets are going down, Sean, this is like 7 minutes and 30 seconds into the game. That's quite crazy. That's late.
I mean, it's psycho early. And, I mean, again, like with a Zerg player, you always have to say, okay, when I get my layer tech or my hive tech, if I do something like build Ultralisk, I have to wait for the Ultralisk Cavern to finish, then I have to build the Ultralisks, or Broodlords take even longer. There's not much that Zerg can do right when they get hive tech. So Vipers are the perfect way to take a mid-game army and immediately ramp up its strength really swiftly. And 2 Oracles being chrono boosted. Yes!
So cool.
We're so lucky.
And 5 more gateways on the way as well, so I'm not sure what WhiteRa is gonna, how WhiteRa is gonna follow up this, but I have the feeling that he doesn't really want to go up to 3 bases this game. While we did see these 2 Stalkers sneak across the map, trying to work on that Queen. All right. Wow, that was unfair, man.
Looks like we saw WhiteRa shoot at his own Stalkers a little bit.
Like, why didn't you kill the Queen, man? You said you had it. I could have taken it out. You're useless. No, you're useless. And then that happens.
We see a lot of gateways getting warped in for WhiteRa. He's building the Citadel, or not the Citadel of Adun, the Twilight Council. He really is just going to pull back hard into a standard Protoss look, getting the +2 attack. Liquid Ret now is going straight for the Hydralisk Den. Also sweet. I almost feel like I've found all the wrapped presents hidden in the closet, and I'm just shaking them to listen to what's inside. I'm like, oh, it's going to be sweet. Zerglings spot the Oracles, but I don't know if there's that much drones can do. Burrow tech is going to be essential.
The Hydralisk Den is up, and not a single Hydralisk is on the field yet. So here we are going to see these Oracles go to... Wow, that Queen dies so fast. I love this game. Oh my god, I love this game. Thank you, Blizzard. This is amazing, Sean.
Oh my gosh.
Don't hide your Protoss feelings, just open up.
What on earth?
This is beautiful.
They're like...
Oh my god.
They're like flying vulture void rays.
Oh, now they're out of energy.
They're out of energy, they're out of juice, they can't do anything. The Hydralisks are up. These are extremely expensive units. I mean, you can never discount the fact that they do, in fact, cost 150...
You killed 29 drones in like 20 seconds. That's ridiculous.
Well, speed upgrade is coming out for the Hydralisks.
Man, I think I'm going to play some Hydralisk Farm before this gets changed.
There's people closing the stream right now. I'm going to go do that. Thank God I have a second monitor. All the while, WhiteRa is taking another expansion. He's getting Zealot leg speed, which means he's the coolest Protoss player in the universe. Zealot leg speed is kick-ass. But with the Hydralisk speed upgrade incoming, it's going to be quite difficult. Now, these Oracles are already almost dead broke on energy.
Yeah, but still, there are quite so many Zealots, and WhiteRa is in a very good economy. He has quite a few gates as well, so he's easily going to be fine to stabilize, at least for now. We do have those 12 Hydralisks on the map. Red still has 55 drones, so it's not really the end of the world, but he lost so many drones.
Ret loses all his drones. Ret still has lots of drones. This is Liquid Ret we're watching.
It's good to see at least that continues. You know, oh, a couple of these drones are actually not mining. I think like it's a little bit confusing because the interface kind of changed with the idle workers. I'm not sure if Red was using that or not. I think it's one of the most useful abilities in Wings of Liberty, like the Control F1 key. And it's a little bit different in Harvest Farm. I'm not sure if Red is used to it because we see all these drones being inactive.
Look at those Hydralisks. They are so fit, rushing cross map with their brand new speed upgrade. But we already see a big pack of speed Zealots ready to greet him. And there's the Oracles stepping into action, ripping everything to shreds. Rhett is forced to retreat, and because he has the speed upgrade, he actually can retreat with Hydralisks.
Zealous is still a little quicker though. Red is losing lots of units. Excellent defense, of course, by WhiteRa, using the Guardian Shield and relying on all the Zealots. Oh, he's losing. He's a little bit sloppy with his Oracle. He lost most of them.
Oracles are super dying right now. A lot of roaches popping out. Oh no, the rocks are not down yet.
I mean, WhiteRa has to be careful. He's been doing a really good job so far, but these Hydralisks are excellent against pretty much everything that's in his army. And he doesn't have any warp-in pylons. Or reinforcements pilots.
All the roaches in the back. The Hydra's getting just murdered at the front. Speed Zealots looking excellent in this position. And of course, as we see in that production tab in the main base of WhiteRa, at any time, Dark Shrine, Dark Templar are done. He'll be able to warp those in very shortly.
And not just that, we see these Zealots just ravaging this mineral line as well. So Red losing more and more drones. He's losing most of the roaches and the Hydralisk as well. And it seems like WhiteRa is going to take a quick 2-0 lead over here.
What sweet
even
use of the air units. Oh, he didn't even need to save the void ring. GG. WhiteRa leads 2-0. Wow.
You know, Sean, this game actually makes me feel a little bit better about myself, because we were casting that game 1, and then suddenly, like, we see that Oracle with like 16 kills. I'm like, wow, how on earth did I miss that? Like, must have been there for ages. But it was not. It was just there for a few seconds. It just does that much damage.
And it's one of those. It now presents an interesting trade-off for Protoss, because I mean, sure, he killed it. He was so happy. I mean, look at, he's beaming. This is wonderful.
I can't wait to play.
The 2 best days of my life are when I got married and when I saw Oracles kill drones for the first time. Rotterdam's not married.
No, but I do love Oracles.
The single best day of your life, right? Keep in mind, though, it is a heavy gas investment, 6 Oracles, 150 gas apiece. I mean, math only knows how much gas that is. Let's throw it over to Zoe and Clutch.
Thank you very much, guys. God, I've never been more happy to be a Protoss. I can't stop smiling. This hurts my face. This was so good.
You know what? It's a great day to be a Protoss player.
Yeah,
I mean,
is it?
I'm not going to stop hearing it from Roddy for the next couple weeks now after this. I'm really happy to be a Terran player now. I was thinking of switching to Zerg for Heart of the Swarm because Terran
doesn't sound like a good
idea. I know.
idea.
And now after this patch for Terran, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Unfortunately, we don't have a Terran play today, and free-for-all, hopefully we will. But I want to show you guys once again that Oracle approach. Let's go ahead and go to the clip here. Now, as you can see, Rhett doesn't know what's coming because these 4 Oracles have 2 different firing modes. This one is a single target fire, and then you see them kind of open up and just do so much targeted fire against these light units and destroy these drones. This is the beginning of the end for Rhett in this, and in Wings of Liberty, Zerg had to be careful of Phoenixes and Void Rays. With enough queens, they were able to take them down. But with these Oracles, just having 4 in this squadron does way too much damage for Rhett to be able to stop, and that is some serious special tactics from WhiteRa. This unit, this Oracle unit, this casting unit, is going to add another layer of oh no to the Zerg or Terran or even Protoss forces if they're not able to spot it quickly.
Yeah, and it doesn't help if you're the king of drones, apparently. So, yeah, let's see what's happening in the 3rd game. We're going to throw it over to a quick commercial break, and then we're back with the 3rd one.